Hi, I'm Pierre. I'm the teaching elder at Galveston Bible Church. And a few weeks ago, on a Sunday morning, during the service, I got very sick. And I think it was food poisoning or stomach virus or something. And I had to leave the service, and I wasn't able to go back. And I very quickly became dehydrated, and I was very weak. And so after the service was over, one of the elders, Alan, came and saw me, and I told him that I was sick, and he offered to have someone drive me home. So the church is in Galveston, obviously, and I live in Houston. So I said, no, I'll be okay. I'm just going to wait a few minutes. And then after a little while, another of the elders, Bob, he saw me and he was concerned. And he said, Pierre, he said, why don't you come to me and Jeanette's home? Jeanette's his wife, and you can rest and recover. And so I went ahead and said yes, and of course I went and rested, and then they started giving me some fluids. I started to feel better, but I was still pretty weak. And so Bob and Jeanette were concerned about me, and so they said, well, why don't you call Alan and see if he can arrange for someone to drive you home. So I said okay. And so I called, and thankfully Alan and his wife Gwen drove me from Galveston to my home in Houston. And I thought about it. I was like, how foolish it was of me to not accept the help the first time that it was offered, to not ask for help, which I needed help, but then to not accept it when it was offered. And so, I thought about that, because God invites us to come before him to pray and to ask for the things that we need. And in James, in the Bible, in the book of James, it says that we don't have because we don't ask. And so you think about that, how foolish it is of us as God's beloved children to not ask God for the things that we need. And if we have a loved one who's suffering, not to ask God to meet the needs of those people. So this coming Saturday, April 26th, Galveston Bible Church is going to have a day of prayer and fasting. And it's actually not a full day. It's from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And so if you want to sign up for that, there's going to be a link in the comments section, and you'll be able to sign up. But here's the thing: even if you don't sign up, I'm asking that you still pray for Galveston Bible Church. So if the Lord brings Galveston Bible Church to your mind on Saturday, just whisper a prayer for us. Pray that God would cause our church to continue to grow, and especially that we would not grow numerically, but grow in our walk with the Lord, in our spiritual maturity, but also that we would fulfill the mission that we believe God has called us to, which is to preach the gospel and to make disciples. And so we would appreciate if you would do that for us, and we'll be praying for you. Thanks.